Wow, it's been a really crazy 2020 year, right? I think what's even crazier is that week one was fairly normal in the NFL. Remember last year, Lamar Jackson threw like 5,000 touchdowns week one. Huge shocker. Year before that, Ryan Fitzmagic to Deshaun Jackson. Huge shocker on the Bucks. This year, everything was pretty normal other than maybe Mike Thomas being a bust and suffering an ankle injury. Does that make this year more normal or more crazy? I don't know, but here are my week 2 waiver wire pickups for fantasy football. What's going on, fantasy football fans? I'm your host, Hussein the Brain, and you're watching The Couch for the best waiver wire pickups, best DFS videos, best fantasy football live streams. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon. Have notifications turned on so you won't miss anything. Now on to the waivers. By the way, everyone's basically playing half PPR or PPR now. Not too many non-PPR leagues. A lot of leagues are also transitioning into Superflex. And as far as waivers go, I highly recommend trying out FAB, or some call it FAAB. That's free agent acquisition budget. It's basically a silent auction. You bid on waiver claims. I highly recommend it, and a lot of the leagues I commish are transitioning into FAB. It's still the same thing. It's still awesome. It just gives a more fair chance. So if you really want that stud running back off waivers, you can spend 100% of your budget and go get them. So I highly recommend FAB. Anyway, on to the waivers. Not too many quarterbacks. If you're in a 1 QB league, you're pretty much set. You probably have a starting quarterback, and almost everyone, I'd say about 90% of owners, fantasy owners, have a backup quarterback in a 1 QB league, in a standard league. So there's not really any need to pick up a quarterback, but still, I did want to go over a few right here. Joe Burrow, I have ranked number 1 just because of that upside, because of that what if, that it factor. This guy could be really amazing. He's the next NFL star. Might not happen this year, might not even happen next year, but it could. And we've seen a lot of flashes. I mean, he had the jitters. He was a rookie on the worst NFL team, first overall pick, and he really balled out and showed a couple of glimpses of what he could be. So I got him ranked number 1 just for that upside. You're not going to be starting him this week in a 1 QB league anyway, but if you need a quarterback to stash, you got a deep bench. I have him here. Now, Phillip Rivers, decent matchup. This Colts team is a little bit messy. They've been a little bit unlucky. I don't know. They're just not like the perfect organization. They're always a good team, but not great. They have some bad luck, like Andrew Luck retiring and whatnot. But this matchup could be good. I still believe in the Vikings defense. I still believe in the coach, but their cornerbacks are not going to get the job done this year. That's what it's looking like. Rest of that defense could be good eventually. They weren't week 1 though against Aaron Rodgers. Now Rivers is no Rodgers, but still I like the matchup. It's decent. And Ryan Tannehill going against the Jags. Maybe that pass offense can do something, even though it's a run-centric team, a Derrick Henry-centered offense. Tyrod Taylor, he's garbage. He'll probably out the league, or he'll be like a Geno Smith type backup like the rest of his career. He sucks, but a sneaky pickup in a matchup against the Chiefs where the Chargers were gonna need to throw the ball. Maybe we'll see actually like 7 targets to Austin Eckler this game, and Austin Eckler has a chance to take it to the house. Also, Mike Williams played week 1. One thing I did like about the Chargers offense, like obviously not perfect, obviously boring, messy, like it wasn't good, but one thing that maybe the Texans should have done Thursday night and the Chargers did was Tyrod Taylor actually took some shots down the field, some 15-yard throws, some 20-yard throws, and actually made the defense think about, oh, this guy, he might throw the ball deep. And Deshaun Watson didn't do that. No creative play calling. Like I said, Chargers offense was not perfect. They probably should have thrown to Austin Eckler more and done some other things. But he was taking shots down the field. Maybe one of those hit. They probably won't. This is a complete flyer, guys. And, maybe you trade for him in a dual QB league, or you start him in a deep league. I don't know who's starting Tyrod Taylor this week. Probably nobody. But you know how I am. I provide a lot of waivers for those of you in Superflex leagues and deep leagues, so on and so forth. Running backs. plenty of quality and plenty of quantity. Malcolm Brown is the man, okay? 44 snaps, nearly double the snaps as Cam Akers. And Cam Akers actually looked good, not great, but Malcolm Brown looked way better. Now, Malcolm Brown as a talent, I wouldn't think he'd be that good. Like, he's okay, but on this Rams team, he looked really good. I think it's the same thing with Damian Williams, whose career was kind of like, is your career over? Then he went to the Chiefs and was just the perfect fit on that offense. Not necessarily the best talent, especially after his career was dwindling on the Dolphins, but in the right situation, different scenery, people can flourish, and that's what Malcolm Brown's doing right now with Todd Gurley out of Los Angeles. You got Malcolm Brown, who's doing well. I mean, he can even get some work in the pass game. I look for Cam Akers to eventually get more snaps and have a more significant role, but as of now, Malcolm Brown's looking good. I would add him for sure. And look, I got Nyheim Hines as number 2. Isn't that crazy? So in non-PPR leagues, Nyheim Hines is still worth an add. I still like him. Just be wary that, he's on the Colts. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. It's the Jonathan Taylor show for sure. If not week 2, if not week 3, it's going to be week 4 or 5. Jonathan Taylor is going to be the man. Also, Taylor did see some work in that passing game. Marlon Mack, as you guys know, out for the season. Huge blow to that team. He had an Achilles injury. In full PPR leagues, I love Nyheim Hines. He could even be number 1 here on this list. But in non-PPR, he goes down a couple notches. It's still a good pickup. I was wrong about him. Now that he's on a team with Phillip Rivers, it's completely changed. One guy I was really right on was Joshua Kelly, certified couch sleeper. Here we go. So I had to do some research because apparently no one likes Justin Jackson. So he had a minor hamstring injury during camp. He was good to go week 1. Then he suffered a minor quad injury week 1. Nonetheless, I don't know if that really mattered because it was the Justin Jackson show. Just like I predicted, him and Eckler could be on the field at the same time. Eckler might get some more targets in the pass game, but Joshua Kelly getting the goal line work, getting the carries, and looking pretty good. This is going to be a great 1-2 punch with Eckler. Absolutely love Joshua Kelly. I own him in every single league except one where the dude drafted him in round 10 in the Couch Draft Party League. A little too early. I was just spoiled getting him in round 12, 13, and actually most of the time round 14. Let's go into the Chase Edmonds conspiracy here. Is he worth an add? Now, I think this is the perfect sell high candidate for you guys. When we examine this more closely, we see Chase Edmonds, a little bit more of a gadget player, a little bit more of a change of pace back. 18 snaps in the backfield, 9 snaps as a receiver, and Drake 53 snaps in the backfield. So that's pretty evident what's going on here. Drake is the man. So this makes Drake an excellent buy low and Chase Edmonds an excellent sell high. Even with all that said, I still like Chase Edmonds, especially in PPR leagues. Decent matchup against Washington. I mean, that defense is great, but I see, Chase Edmonds getting a few targets and being used. He'll still be used and everything. I'm just saying, Chase Edmonds scored more fantasy points. So the average fantasy owner might be like, hit the panic button. Give me Chase Edmonds, please. Oh my God, Chase Edmonds. So yeah, excellent sell high, and Drake, excellent buy low this week. Adrian Peterson looking better than Kerryon Johnson. Oh my God, this is crazy. And why I really like AP is because he was just on the team for like 5 days, and he's better than Kerryon. DeAndre Swift dropped that big game-winning touchdown going against the Packers. Man, I like it. He's back in the same division when he was as a Viking. And another just stat to add on to there. I mean, he passed everything. He passed the eye test. He passed the stats. I mean, everything looks good. It looks like Kerryon Johnson's not the one this year. Sorry, all you Kerryon Johnson owners. I know you got him in like round 11 in some leagues, but even that probably wasn't worth that draft pick. Anyway, 3 targets in the pass game for AP, 0 for Kerryon. It's not looking good for Kerryon. Looking really good for AP. and absolutely love him in non-PPR, but hey, who cares? PPR, non-PPR, he's just good. Alexander Madison, I valued him a lot. You guys see me, sometimes I draft him, I tell people to handcuff him, but I didn't think he was this talented. I think, he's looking even better than he was his rookie year. This guy needs to be added in every league, and if you own Dalvin Cook, you might as well have Alexander Madison. Like, there's really no reason you should not add Alexander Madison on your team. If you're a Dalvin Cook owner, you'll have a really good running back on your squad regardless what happens. Benny Snell, not the best talent, but again, he's in a great situation. He's been working hard, improving. He's earned a big role in that offense, and I just want to make it clear, I'm rooting for James Conner as a human. Like, I love it, okay? Don't get it wrong. I get a lot of hate for telling people to avoid James Conner the past 2 years, this year and last year. Look, it's not personal. I'm just trying to help you win your league. And he played for about 10 minutes and got injured. He's trying to play through it, but come on, we really trust James Conner to stay healthy. Even if he suits up week 2 or 3, he's going to miss time this year. That's pretty much a given. So Benny Snell is hands down the number 2 running back on the Steelers. Needs to be added in every league. Matter of fact, you can bump this guy up because he's got a clear role. And now we're seeing James Conner actually getting hurt. James Robinson, Jaguar starting running back. He's the workhorse, should I say. He's not ranked high because Rock Armstead might be coming back. This team's in flux, and it's all about Minshew mania, baby. Jerick McKinnon in PPR, give this guy a boost. He had some jitters week 1. Didn't look good. He looked great. He looked great in camp. He looks fresh. He looks ready to go. But he wasn't quite ready. I think once he got those jitters out the way and stopped being nervous, he looked really good. And look for this guy to keep improving and being really good the rest of the season. Pretty much a must-add in PPR leagues. Guys, you're not going to be able to find a lot of running backs, in redraft. So Adam, Chris Carson, is he going to stay healthy? I don't know. But there was quite the committee, and Carlos Hyde didn't get the fantasy points, but he got a good amount of snaps. He's worth an add in maybe 12 team leagues or deeper. Peyton Barber, again, look, he got a lot of points, but I don't know what's up with Washington. I was kind of surprised what they did. They were down 17-0, then 24 answered points and took the lead. That was crazy, but Peyton Barber is the goal line back. He's the running back that's going to get the carries. So far, that's what it seems like. Let's see if Bryce Love is a healthy scratch again or not. More running backs. These are in really deeper leagues. Just want to touch up on a couple quick things. I'm not going to go over these super deep league ads, but just keep tabs on Bernard Scott and Miles Sanders. I do expect Miles Sanders to be back week 2, but it's purely a guess. Maybe he's back week 3. Anthony McFarland has been a huge sleeper in drafts. I'm targeting him in around 14. He was a healthy scratch week 1, but now that James Conner might be hurt, he's going to be activated soon, and I can't wait for this guy to get a few carries and take it to the house. Let's see what happens. Nothing more than a stash at this point. Philip Lindsay suffering from turf toe. Keep tabs on that. And Rock Armstead is still on that special reserve list. He's going to be out, it looks like, but could be worth a stash as well. Darrell Williams, like we predicted, he's definitely the backup to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Brian Hill seems to be the handcuff to Gurley. He's the number 2 running back there. And Le'Veon Bell is also hurt. That's not good. That's bad for Jets fans. Wide receivers. Actually have Robbie Anderson, number 1. Huge DFS play for me last week. Absolutely crushed it. He's the type of wide receiver you need to add. And keep in mind, he's very inconsistent. This week against the Bucs, he might get 0 points or 5 points. Keep that in mind. But he's always going to be that guy who's going to get about 0 points, or he's going to get about 20 points. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. I'm benching him week 2 probably, but still worth an add if you want a wide receiver. He's going to be your wide receiver 6 anyways. Mike Williams suited up, was tough, got some targets. Now he's playing, the Chiefs or the Chargers are going to be trailing by a couple touchdowns. Jalen Reagor, wow, I'm excited about this guy because if he's not good this week or next week, he's going to really turn it on. I'm so glad I drafted him in the first round. I got him 10th overall in my rookie dynasty draft. That's huge. And Matt Ryan, baby, led the league, is currently leading the league in passing yards. Russell Gage, number 3 target on the Falcons. But when you're throwing 450 yards, the number 3 option isn't so bad. Corey Davis pissed a lot of fantasy owners off and also pissed me off. But what can I say? He looked good. 8 targets, 7 receptions, 100 yards. He was pretty dang good. Scotty Miller got over 70 yards as well. Brandon Ayuk, hopefully he's healthy week 2. I'm a Niner fan, so that's why I really want him to be healthy. N'Keal Harry, Alan Lazard should be the number 2 option in Green Bay. Paris Campbell for the Colts, looking very good. Laviska Shenault, who else we got? Keelan Cole. D.D. Westbrook got 0 snaps. Keep that in mind. So Keelan Cole could be the number 2 option on the Jags. Probably actually number 3 because Laviska is already involved and he's a rookie. MVS, probably the number 3 option on the Packers, but also the big play option. Then we got Steven Sims, Hunter Renfrow, Traquan Smith. Keep tabs on Michael Thomas's injury. This injury is super special, right? Because the normal player would just be out week 2, but we know Mike Thomas, a bit of a drama queen, big personality, whatever you want to call it. Don't get hung up on what I'm saying, whatever. He's a big star and he likes to talk, okay? And he's probably demanding, I'm going to play week 2. And I'm thinking if this was any other player, there'd probably be a 99% chance he'd be out. On top of that, they play Monday Night Football, which is bad for us. We won't know in time. So just keep that in mind. I do have Mike Thomas in a couple leagues. 2 out of 13. I can't believe I'm in 13 leagues. 2 out of 13 leagues, I got Mike Thomas. Both of them are special leagues. Like one's a NFL realistic league, and then with first down scoring, and another one is a auction league where I got him super cheap. So I'm not a wide receiver round 1 type of guy, but you know, it's just what a bust. I mean, what an unfortunate situation, but these things happen. Hopefully he'll get healthy soon. And don't rush back, Mike Thomas. If you can't play week 2, you might be a decoy or something. We don't like decoys. Van Jefferson, Cole Beasley, and Demarcus Robinson on the Chiefs. For tight ends, Chris Herndon's my number 1 tight end. He got a huge target share, 7 targets, 6 receptions, basically no yards. But man, he's being featured on this team, and the Jets are always going to be playing from behind. I think the Jets might have the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 NFL draft. It's quite possible. Definitely going to have a top 3 pick, it's looking like. Might have to get a new head coach too. But man, this is one or 2 bright spots on this Jets offense. Jamison Crowder absolutely balled out, and Chris Herndon got a lot of targets. In this fantasy land where tight ends are such a huge question mark, you should be very thankful to have a guy like Chris Herndon on your team. We also have Jack Doyle, Jimmy Graham, Dallas Goedert. This situation is crazy. Zach Ertz getting into a fight with the general manager, not happy with this contract, balling out a little bit, and then it was the Dallas Goedert show. 9 targets, 8 receptions, 100 yards. What the heck for a backup tight end? I'm so thankful I own him in a couple leagues, one of them being a dynasty league. Probably should have started him, but who would have known? Man, this is just crazy what's going on. CJ Uzomah is the receiving tight end for the Bengals. Logan Thomas, I thought he sucked, but he got 8 targets, got a touchdown. I don't know what's going on. Dawson Knox, actually, this one's I just have a gut feeling that he has upside this year. I don't know. It's a crapshoot. OJ Howard is the best tight end on the Bucs so far. Jordan Reed, if George Kittle is out, now George Kittle's going to be reevaluated Wednesday, seeing if he's got a shot to play week 2 or not. I'm kind of hoping he doesn't play week 2. Just rest up, buddy. Don't worry. I got Jonnu Smith on my dynasty team to back you up. So if you don't play, I'll start Jonnu Smith. And I think that's a great start for week 2. And then we got Dalton Schultz, who looks really bad. Blake Jarwin's out for the year with the ACL. Defenses to stream. Oh, baby. Where's the good cutoff here? I think around the Packers for this week. You know, it's just for this week. Around the Packers. Then it starts to fall off a little bit. Bears D going against the Giants. Look, the Giants O-line is terrible, but the Steelers D is so crazy good, especially their front 7. I mean, they're just really good. Maybe cornerback is maybe biggest weakness. I mean, they're just so good. They made the Giants O-line, who is bad, look way worse. They really amplified that. So, I'm saying the Giants O-line is bad, but maybe not as bad as we think. Saquon Barkley, what did he get? Like 6 rush yards? He'll probably get more this game. It won't be as bad, but maybe the Bears D is a little bit more healthy week 2. Let's see if Quinn plays on that D-line. Still, it's not going to be a huge, high-scoring game, it seems like, at least not for the Giants. Bears D, absolutely love them week 2. Titans D, they'll not be playing at that high altitude. Clowney will have another week under his belt with that team. He's only been on the team for a week. They're playing the Jags. I love this matchup, but it's really hard to predict defenses, I'm not going to lie. Chiefs D against the Chargers, that's a good one. I might have to rank this number 2. Chiefs D looking pretty solid. Great matchup against Tyrod Poop Taylor. Browns D going against the Bengals. Number 1 Poop Fest Thursday night. I love this. I want to watch this poop show. This is going to be a stinky poopy game. Thursday night, Browns versus Bengals. What's going on, Joe Burrow? Oh my God, what the heck kind of game? I can't wait to watch this. This is going to be so whack. I think the Bengals might actually win. I don't know what's going on though. Browns D has some good players. Let's see what happens. It's not projected to be a high-scoring game still. I mean, I got the Bengals D coming up here, like top 13, so who knows? Cardinals D was one of my big sleepers going up against Washington. Don't have Washington on this list at all because Cardinals are pretty dang good. Who would have known that they trade for a top 3 super elite wide receiver and the offense gets even better? Kyler Murray, second year on that team, is going to get even better. So I'm not having Washington on this list. I'm having the Cardinals, though. I think Cardinals D will keep getting better as the year goes along. Saints are just a good team in general. Good special teams, good defense, good offense, going against a team that's, maybe mediocre, or you could say good, but probably not even a top 10 team. That's why I have them there. They're a very trustworthy, good defense. I think they're kind of matchup proof. I think every week they can slide into that top 10 weekly rankings as far as defense goes. So I like them. The Bucks D, who knows what, now the Bucks is just a team that I don't know what's going on there, but a decent matchup against the Panthers. Bucks D is able to stop C-Mac usually, and the Panthers aren't projected to score that many points. Vegas has them projected to score about 19 points, and the Bucks are 9.5 point favorites. That's why I really have the Bucks D. If they don't turn the ball, Bucks like to turn the ball over on offense. If they don't turn the ball over, they could be in some good situations. All they got to do is stop C-Mac and stop some big plays, and they'll be just fine. Packers D going against the Lions. Keep tabs on Kenny Golladay. Rams D going against the Eagles. Oh boy, they're suffering from injuries. One more injury, and this whole team could unravel. Like I've said that before, and we actually seen it kind of unravel in week 1. Seahawks D normally very good, but against Cam Newton, who's looking very spicy, very good, a little bit scary to start him against Cam. Jets D going against the Niners. Obviously, Niners D is the one, probably my number 1 ranked defense this week, but this could be a low scoring game. Again, we're getting into deep league territory here. Nobody wants to start the Jets D. But if you're in a 20-team league or a 32-team league, whatever crazy stuff you guys are into, Jets D could be okay. Then we got the Giants D going against the Trubiskys. And Allen Robinson just seems like Allen Robinson really wants an extension. He deleted all his Bears posts and unfollowed the Bears. And, all this is going on. Trubisky's the starter. I don't know. Giants defense, not that great. I guess their D-line's okay, but they are going against Trubisky. That's a lot of opportunities to score. And back to the Thursday night football poop fest. Who knows what's going to happen in that game? Probably won't be high scoring though, is what I think that's the only thing that I'm somewhat confident in projecting. Not a lot of scoring on the offensive side for either team, the Bungles or the Poop Browns. Kickers, Chris Boswell. So where's my cutoff right here? I think it's about at a Blankenship. Yeah, about their Blankenship, Cairo Santos, around there. So I like those top 7-8 kickers. Chris Boswell, very accurate kicker. I think he missed an extra point week 1, but it's okay. Still got me like 9 fantasy points. I got the W. He's just going to be good regardless of the matchup. So there's really not a big difference between 1 and 2. I guess I can say Zane Gonzalez has more upside on that up-tempo offense. But these things are really tough to predict. So we got Chris Boswell, Zane Gonzalez, Tyler Bass. He missed the kick, but I love him on that Bills team. Very, very good. Josh Allen, please stop fumbling. Tyler Bass, make your easy kicks, and we'll be good. I got you in 1. I got him in 1 league, maybe 2. Mason Crosby looking very good. Good matchup. They're at home, favored to win. Ryan Suckup of the Buccaneers going against the Panthers. Josh Lambo, who's actually not in the best situation, not the best matchup, but he's really talented. He's got the leg and he's accurate. I love Josh Lambo as a talent. That's why I had to rank him in my top 7. Rodrigo Blankenship, Cairo Santos, Jason Myers, Yanwei Koo, Samuel Sloman, the Rams kicker, Jake Elliott, and we have, yes, I know, I got Steven Gostkowski. Now, he looked terrible, but I think he still got it. I think he can still do some things. Obviously, confidence is lost in him as a fantasy owner. But this is a good matchup, guys, and I wouldn't be too scared to start Gostkowski. I think the matchup is so good that it could be worth the risk. Now, is it crazy? Is it dumb? Probably. I don't care, but I'm saying I think Gostkowski will be good. Week 2, obviously, there's some better, smarter, more safer options at kicker. Thank you guys so much for supporting me on Patreon. Huge shout out to the 83 patrons on here. I can't even go through all your names, but I'll bring it up right here. All these guys, thank you guys so much. And we're having a lot of fun in that Patreon tourney so far. You already know I'm 1-0. If you guys do want to sign up for my Patreon, it really helps support this channel, supports me as a creator, but you get a lot of cool perks. You get early access to my waiver wire list. You'll get early and complete access to my DFS picks, the entire DFS players list. You'll get exclusive Patreon live streams and video content. I'll be live streaming every Friday. If not, I'll be posting some exclusive content on there, like the Joe Mixon extended video. You'll get access to the pre-couch videos from 2008. They're a little bit cringy, fair warning. Also a lot of other exclusive stuff, and a shout out on YouTube and Twitter. Thank you guys so much. The link is below in the description, patreon.com/fantasycouch. Even though my waiver wire lists are very extensive, I sometimes do miss some names. So comment below if I missed a name or you want to add to the list. It always helps out. Sometimes I pin those comments too, so thanks for doing that. Make sure you guys are subscribed to both YouTube channels, Fantasy Couch and Fantasy Couch Podcast. Hit this video with a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or a thumbs down if you did not, to let me know, and I'll catch you guys on the next video / live stream.